Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. I'm out, starting an intro for a change, weird. But I didn't know if I was going to continue this or not. I still don't know if I am, but this is potentially like the March-April version of my read or unhaul sort of spinner wheel challenge thing. As the other intros, I started with 1,193 books. I'm still reading one that was picked last month's Memphis by Tara and Stringfellow, I believe. But I'm like 30 pages and I haven't read any for like the past like 2-3 weeks. So I don't know when I'm gonna get back to it. It is still, I guess, like the top one on my list at the moment, but yeah. Anyway, this is the start of this video. It's just like a vlog thing. I'm just out at the moment at like a park, just got a coffee, and see what is gonna happen. Yeah, it's basically just a vlog. Like, it's just like a monthly vlog now. Like I'm really not reading much, but yeah, just mentally just not the best and stuff, so I haven't really been able to make much time for things I enjoy and also things I need to do. So yeah, but let's see if we can try and change it, and hopefully it's going to be a good month and a good video, and stick around to see. Chucky in my new cup. It's so cute. Come to the Library of Birmingham today. I'm in the secret garden. You see, like, really far. There's some like flowers and stuff. Yeah. So it's like weird being so high up. Have I got so much work to do? Yes, but am I just in Winterbourne for like just an hour on my way to uni, because I've walked here today and it's on the way, so I thought I'd stop in, just have like an hour look around, rest a bit. But I've got so much work to do, oh my lord, oh my lord. So to try and do that, just finish the hot slog. Oh, I'm so bad. Like, I'm actually terrible. Like, I don't know why I keep going. It's like everything I make is just like, honestly. But yeah, I tried to make a card for my mum, so it's something. She'll like it, I hope. So I'm currently at home now, and I just finished the book I had from the library, and I don't know what to read currently, so I've just got all my like shelves. I'm just going to try and like randomize it really quickly to pick one to bring out with me whilst I go out, because I always like to have a book with me, so let's do it. Okay, so it lands on End of Eddie by Edouard Louis, which is translated from French because it's my French books. I don't know who by. I need to tell you. Michael Lucy. Okay, let's read this. So I am back, went out and stuff, probably put a few clips in. I'm on page 44 of The End of Eddie, and I'm really enjoying it. Well, per se, like, I mean, I'm enjoying the reading of it in the sense that I can really appreciate the craft and the way it's written, and also I guess the way it's being told, but at the same time the content is quite upsetting and harrowing, and really just, you know, just puts it out there basically. I believe this book is sort of auto-fiction-esque, but the like characters he's created are characters, but there's based on some of his own personal experiences growing up, and it's following sort of Eddie, and he lives in the north of France in quite an impoverished town, and it's sort of like a culture of like violence in a sense, and sort of like the men just like going to the factories in a way, and this isn't like his life. He wants to learn. He is also gay, and he's getting bullied quite a lot, and just sort of, yeah, not really being accepted, and just like taking this violence, but it's, the chapters are sort of like at school, and then there's like my father and like mannerisms and things like that. Like the way it's portrayed is not the most easy to explain, but like there's sort of like there's a theme to that chapter, and it also sort of moves on like I can never say it, like throughout time in a way, but we're just like learning about him and his family and this small town and the place of the town as well. I have read a book by Edouard Louis, Who Killed My Father, a couple years ago now. That was auto-fiction, and it detailed basically his father's sort of problems with like back pain from like working many hours in factories and stuff, the same as the character in here, and the inaction of the government to support him in his later days after he had stopped working and was having bad like pains, and his descent basically, and it's sort of like who killed my father. It's not a question, it's the government basically, and these different policies and stuff is the reason his father died, and the factory work and things like that. And you do get a sense of this in here as well, sort of the like culture and the, I guess, like growing up poor, and sort of like relying on food banks and things, and how his mother sort of told him that like you're not to tell people about that we use food banks, but he had already known this beforehand. He sort of got a sense that it was something to be ashamed of and something that you don't really want to, you know, tell people. So yeah, it's quite good, well written, but also it's quite upsetting. But I do sort of like the queer coming of age sort of aspects as well, because like he's mostly 10, I think, like when it starts, but yeah, and it's also set in the, well, this part is set in the late 1990s, early 2000s, and I guess it goes a bit further on, but good so far. Now I shall do some what's up and talk to you later or tomorrow or when, I don't know. This like vlog is probably kind of weird because I don't really know what I've really filmed beforehand, because I haven't read for like a while, but yeah, see you soon. Out again. Beautiful sunset today, like literally it's so stunning. Like that is like nowhere near as actual like good how it actually is. But yeah, today's been very mixed, very mixed. Started really bad, carried on being bad, but now it's sort of gotten a bit better. So yeah, but I need to start making my way home because I'm very far away and it's getting late and the gates are closing and I need to leave. So bye for now.
So your artist.
On your nerves.
Hey, so I haven't sat down and actually spoken on this video for a long time. I've just like been putting clips. I've been so ill, and it's something to do with this rash, but I don't really want to talk about it. It makes me feel very uncomfortable, so I haven't been like filming myself and things. But I just sort of wanted to wrap this video up and like actually get something out because I haven't posted in ages. But I did end up finishing The End of Eddie by Edouard Louis. I did really enjoy this book. I think I'm going to set it on a 4.25 star rating. As I sort of remember from the last clip, it's about like him growing up in a small town in northern France and the poverty he experiences and this sort of like violence in a way, or sort of like men need to be like men and stuff like that sort of attitude that's placed on him by his family and friends and just the general society. But he is a little gay boy, and he you know, doesn't want to just grow up and work in the factory and lead this sort of life. He wants a bit more for himself. And this is the story of him sort of like trying to grow to having that freedom, and it is like quite slow pace, and then like it really does pick up at the end, and you are left a bit like, okay, what now? But I know he has produced other books, Lloyd, autofiction books that I do really want to read. The History of Violence, I think, is like his next one. I've also got Change, which is his most recent book, that I am so desperate to get to soon. And they're sort of like autofiction works, all of them. That detail sort of like a part of his life, but this is literally just about the end of Eddie, because that was his like given name when he was born, the author and the main character. And it's sort of like him trying to get away from this Eddie name, and that's why he is Edouard now. Yeah, I do think it was very harrowing. It's very like quite gross and upsetting, and the things he goes through and the bullying, and it just is like really like sad, and sort of like his internalized homophobia and things that just like did sort of like speak to me and just made me like really like resonate with some of the things he went through, but also like it is so different as well, and you do sort of become empathetic to him, but it's not like written in a way that's like it's sort of like self-pity. It's more just like, this is the way things were, and this is my story in a sense. So yeah, I would really recommend giving it a read. It is so well written as well. I definitely would like give it a reread and like go over things and underline things and stuff. And of sure I'm gonna check him out again. So yeah, then I showed you some clips of Orbital, which I thought I'd just quickly talk to you about in this video as well. It's by Samantha Harvey. This won the Booker Prize last year. It's a very slim book, but it did take me like longer than I expected to get through, because like it is just very dense. This is following these 6 astronauts who are on like a sort of like International Space Station kind of thing. Well, I can't remember what the word is, like object, I guess, that's going around the Earth, and it follows 16, I believe, orbits of the Earth, and that's like how many they take in like one Earth day. And one of the characters finds out that her mother died whilst on Earth, then they sort of have these like some discussions about like humanity and our relationship with the earth, and sort of branches on like the climate crisis and like problems like that, and also just like them just talking and like thinking back to their past and their families and their friends and like their like humanity, and in a way also like the like space travel and like the like very richness of it, and how there's such a dichotomy between like people that can afford to go to space and like just the everyday person, and also those that are like in extreme poverty scenarios. But I do think that it just like is so monotonous, and the way she talks about like, oh, they see like the Horn of Africa and they see the plains and they see Antarctica, or not Antarctica, but like they see like Canada or like Australia, or that's Tokyo coming into view, that's Beijing, that's London and stuff like this. Like it's just so like the same thing, like, and there's so much of it as well. But yeah, I do think it does throw up some good discussions. I definitely want to like give a bit more of an in-depth review, but this isn't really a vlog anymore, it's just like a little review of the book. But I do think that it just drags too much, and it just like, it could have been like a really, really poignant and like good, maybe like short story, or like, I don't know, like 80 pages possibly, instead of the full like 130 or whatever. I just think there's just so much discussions about like what they're seeing, which is nice, it's well written, it's like okay, but when there's too much of it, it just gets quite boring, and also you sort of like lose interest with the characters. But there are some good parts in here where they are actually just talking and like having discussions and thinking about things. So yeah, I think I'm probably going to give this 2.75 stars. So the average for this video is 3.5. When I do go back to Birmingham, which needs to be soon because I've got so much work to do, I will pick up Memphis again, and that will be in the next video versions. Whilst like, should I talk about, I don't know, I've also finished like quite a few books recently, but these are all going to be in my April wrap up probably. Night Sky Galactic Wounds by Ocean Vuong, Prima Facie by Susie Miller, literally just finished this yesterday, Love in the Big City by Sang-won Park and translated from Korean by Anton Her, and I finally finished Like People in History by Felice Buchanan, which I started in June 2024. But yeah, wait for my April wrap up, which will be coming very soon for them, and also the next edition of this video. Hopefully I will read more in it as well. And what I'm ending on is, because I didn't read any books this is from March, yes I didn't read any like physical books in March properly, like finish them, I don't think. So that is a 0, and then there's 11 on my haul and 0 DNF or unhauled. So the total of unread books on my TBR has gone up to 1,204, I believe. I'll put it here if I got it wrong, but yeah, that's bad. That's very, very bad. And April is been very, very bad as well, so yeah, but I have read some more, so it'll bring the number down a little bit, but that's numbers going up sky high, and I am very annoyed about it, but what can I do? Anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and I shall see you soon. Have a nice morning, evening, wherever you are in the world.